What's good, YouTube? Chris from Team Innovation here, and welcome to the second episode of Duel Talk. And Duel Talk is a series where you get the guys get to watch the Duel video and hear me discuss about something that's currently on my mind. And today's discussion is going to mainly be about potential sleepers in this current format and which will be pretty much potential tier 1 decks in maybe future formats. So without further ado, let's begin. I'm going to give you a rundown of about 4 decks currently right now that are potential sleepers at national season that should be pretty good in later formats. Starting off with my favorite deck, Heroes. I mean, what is there not to like about this deck? The whole mask engine is really legit. Darklock can hit the meta. Darklock pretty much handle. If Necros doesn't have a way to get rid of Darklock, they lose. Darklock just slaughters BA. He can't even pump up with Dante. And even though they run a lot of traps, it makes all of the traps not be able to plus, because if they send with Fire Lake, all the stuff has to get banished and they don't plus with Fire Lake. If they send with Wing Blast or a Gaggy Break or whatever they like to get rid of your monster with, their monster gets banished first because they pay for cost and they don't get the plus. So far I've been testing with Darklock and it's just been wiping out the competition. So Heroes is really great, and not to mention you can combo on the following turn. If you're playing Mass Charge, say you go into Darklock on your opponent's turn, grab Bobaman on your following turn, Mass Charge your Hero Libs and your Settlements back, play Bobaman, go into Mass Hero Acid, back Acid up with a Lance for the potential Phoenix Chain, and that's completely wiping out your opponent's back row, which can wreck decks like Klee if they just have a one loser turn with a sacrifice. So yeah, that can just pretty much shit on anybody's day. So I had to have Heroes on this list as a potential sleeper and potential future tier 1 deck, because it's just that good, and the deck is just gonna get better. Hopefully Stratos gonna ban. Coming in at the next deck, I want to talk about Yosenju. Yosenju is just really retarded. Their summon and then go back to the hand effects are really brutal, meaning it makes them unvulnerable to things like Regeki and Dark Hole. And then they have effects that can allow them to attack directly. They have effects that get rid of monsters off the board, and they can main deck stuff like Lose a Turn, which is really prevalent with the meta, hurting Necros decks, hurting Cleafor, hurting a little bit of everything. I mean, almost any deck that can main deck cards like Lose a Turn right now should be successful. So for that reason alone, I got Yosenju as a sleeper deck, and then not to mention it can run Chidori, which is a really powerful card that can get rid of 2 cards at the price of 1. But yeah, Yosenju is really retarded, and they can just mess you up really bad. So Yosenju is definitely a sleeper going into the Nationals format, and definitely potential tier 1 deck going to the future formats. Not to mention if you play the Pendulum card, they have their own Solemn Judgment. So what's not to like about the deck? Coming in next, third potential sleeper going to national season and future formats, I got UA. Now UA is something special. I got my shit pushed in at locals yesterday about UA. They have the one guy that if you can make him first turn, he just negates effects for no reason. They have their own Hero Lives, and they have this other guy named Blackbocker that's pretty much a lose 1 turn. That's really the card that got me. I didn't know the deck had a card that does that. For you guys that don't know what Blackbacker does, he's 2700 defense. All you do is bounce 1 UA monster you feel to bring him out, and once per turn during your opponent's turn, you can negate special summon monster's effect and change his battle position. So let's say if you go for Casto to try to get rid of it, nope, negate the effect, change in defense mode, and vice versa. It's just really retarded, and once that deck gets going and controlling, and then their field spell boosting the deck up, it can do some damage. So the UA, the one guy, I think his name is Midfielder, protecting you with UA players from everything and Blackbocker negating effects, the deck can be threatening. So it's definitely a sleeper going into Nationals for sure. I have a subscriber who maybe show me his list soon, who's been going pretty, like TCG like 7-0 and 8-0 on Dueling Network. That's insane considering the amount of Necros are high ups on Dueling Network. So UA is definitely a potential sleeper deck going into this format, so don't get it twisted, guys. And I can honestly see it doing good in later formats once things like Shadows and BA slow down. And last but not least, on my potential sleeper deck, I have to have Inferno, because Inferno is just dumb. You can just I can't even think of the spell card, but basically you call the level and mill off the stuff. If you get a good mill the deck can just OTK you out of nowhere, and then all the monsters with attributing effects can control the board and the game state. And then they have one guy that can wipe out back row, and they have one guy that can wipe out monsters. I mean, there's nothing Infernoids can't do, so I had to have it on a potential sleeper deck. Deck randomly tops on the OCG, and I'm pretty sure it can top out here once it gets more support. And hell, it can pretty much just wreck anybody with the perfect setup. I mean, only problem with the deck is a little bit inconsistent. So, with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this little rundown of sleeper decks. If you have any ideas for sleeper decks for the potential format, comment down, let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, I do these videos because I truly believe in helping you guys become better players. And I also do these videos to truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. This is Chris from Team Innovation, signing out. Peace.